Every new productivity tool promises us the same thing: save time, less work, reduce stress. But somehow, after decades of productivity tools, most of us feel busier than ever. And I think AI is about to make this problem much worse. If you live in the US, you've probably seen this graph before. Since the 1950s, productivity has gone up by 252.9%, while compensation has only gone up by 115.6%. Since we've gotten access to computers and are just able to do much more work, and we've gotten access to smartphones and on top of that, apps like Slack and Outlook, work is always possible, and we are able to do so much more work than we've done before. Beyond that, we live, if you live in the United States, in a culture where essentially we live to work. Work and climbing the corporate ladder and business and, in some sense, capitalism is part of the American infrastructure. It's part of our society. It is the milieu in which we are raised and grown in. And now with AI tooling becoming available where we truly can increase our productivity by another factor of 2 or 3x, what happens then? Are our employers going to let us go home because we can now do our work 2 times faster? Probably not. Are they going to let us do work that is 2 times deeper on our same set of tasks? Maybe. What's probably going to happen is that we still are going to be expected to work our 40-hour work weeks, but instead do 2 times more work than we've done before. And not even exactly 2 times more work, because if people are depending on you for things, other people see you as being able to produce 2 times more work, well, now you have 2 or 3 or 5 people who expect you to be able to do 2 times more work. So actually now you have 10 times more work. And unlike AI systems, we as human beings cannot parallelize our brain. At best, we can context switch, which is more like juggling. We throw one thing up and catch one thing, then we throw that thing back in the air. We cannot simultaneously hold 3 or 5 or 10 different pillars of work in our head. And so that is just going to increase the number of mental tabs that we have open and increase the amount of cognitive stress, cognitive burden, and probably burnout that we are going to be seeing. These are conversations that I am having very directly in my own personal workplace. I'm trying to make sure that I am protecting myself and protecting my own time and also protecting the time and well-being of those people around me, because the expectation of 3x or 5x or even 10x more work just is not sustainable. Maybe we can do the same amount of work and do 2 times deeper on that specific kind of work stream, but to be expected to do 10 times more work, to have 10 times more scope, is not fair, and I just don't think it's sustainable in the long run for anybody. With AI tooling, we can do so much more than we've done before. I've also been experimenting with building different apps and things like this, which I never would have been able to do before. So thank God for that. That is super cool to be able to kind of build something that I didn't have the capacity to build before. But again, even in my personal life, I'm seeing how this shift in being able to do more work is actually starting to create more work for me to do. And so having less time to just go for a walk or spend some time with friends or go to the beach or just enjoy leisure time, I'm now having more things that I can do, which are starting to take up even more of my mental real estate. And perhaps if you are a hyper conscientious person and you are trying to optimize the amount of work that you're able to do and be the highest level of productivity that you can do, then awesome, that's great. I think to some degree we should all strive to be more productive and be more constructive and put out value into the world. And also, I'm trying to point out that this could be a silent expectation that is placed upon us, and the only way we can push back and draw boundaries and protect ourselves and our own well-being is to understand that we are going to have these invisible, implicit demands and expectations of us of producing more. And so we need to be aware of that so we can set those boundaries, so we can protect ourselves, and we can live our life and work the way that we want to. So that is it for today. Just a very quick, short video, just a PSA to the people that are watching. this shift is happening. And so I just want you to be aware that it's happening so you can make those choices for yourself. I'll be back next week with a longer, more thorough video. But anyways, thanks for stopping by. Again, in this channel, we'll be exploring the consequences of AI on humans and on human society. So if you're into that thing, consider liking and subscribing. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one.